Hey everybody, Johnny B. here. Well, did I miss something? I don't know what. It could have been worse, I know, but still, there's just no excuse for it. Alright, here's a couple of things that came to play. I'm not making any excuses. It is what it is. It was what it was. First and foremost, that trailer was crooked. It's not an excuse, it's just a fact. That other truck was crooked, alright? Second mistake, in my part, the big mistake that I made was not sliding the tandems all the way to the back or forward. The way I had it slid all the way to the front. That was the big boo-boo on my part. That was the biggest contributor to that mistake. Second, yeah, it was dark. Yes, no excuse there. But really, the biggest mistake I made was those tandems were slid all the way up to the front. Now you're probably thinking, how in the world could you still have an accident when you had a camera pointed at it? Well, it's something that I had to get used to. It's something that I had to I gotta be able to, just because I'm looking at it, I gotta be able to compare it to what's in the picture and what the reality as far as distance goes. It's kind of like looking at the mirror. The objects are closer than they appear or further than they appear. I mean, it's not like I look at that video every day that I can have the feel of the correct, judgment at the distance. Again, this is not an excuse. This is just an observation and something that I need to work on. But then again, as I said, those tandems should have been slid at least halfway or even further back. I also noticed in the past that sliding the tandems all the way to the back doesn't really help in that case because there's not much room to maneuver. So sliding it like, I don't know, 5 holes from the back. One time I got it in there with no problem. I got it in one shot because I had the tandem slid right about the middle. Why didn't I slide the tandems tonight? I don't know. Call it laziness, call it experiment. At the end of it all, man, I am glad that driver was gracious enough to let me off the hook. I mean, I realized it wasn't that bad, but a scratch is a scratch. Man, I could have done better, and I have done better hundreds of times before. Why now? I don't know. didn't intend to. I don't think anybody intends to have an accident. And you know, the first time I backed it in there, I should have just left it alone. That's one thing that I think that led to my mistake, was I let my pride get in the way, I think. It's like, no, I'm not gonna let this park. I'm not gonna park myself crooked. I'm gonna straighten this out. I should have just left it the way it was. And you know, after the second attempt, after the accident, I ended up backing it the same exact way. Still crooked. So yeah, I think that my pride got in the way, and one of the contributors to that accident. Well, I can tell you this, it's not the first, and sad to say, I don't think it's going to be the last either. God willing, I've got a long, long way of trucking ahead of me. I'm only 48. I doubt that I could retire by the time I'm 62 or 65. And I seriously doubt that by the time I get to 65, it'd still be 65. I bet. It seems to me that they keep raising the bar for retirement all the time. I am just so glad that driver, man, he was very kind. He was very cool about it. Well, we got 278 miles to Indianapolis. Roughly 5 hours to go. I've got a little over a half a tank of fuel to get there, so I think I'm gonna attempt to drive straight through. I may stop at the Oasis and get me a cup of coffee, but I don't think I'm gonna waste my time getting fuel. I'll fuel at the Pilot, either in Indianapolis, right there by 465, or the Pilot in Shelbyville. Thing that I could have done better too is I could have zoomed in a lot closer to that trailer to really give it a bigger picture of how close that trailer was to the other trailer. there's no way that would connect to the iPad or the tablet if that camera was inside the trailer. There ain't no way. I need a very strong transmitter. That's what I really need. You know, the kind that they use in the news media. Or even then, the kind that they use for drones that are a couple miles. That's what I need. By the way, can you guys, can you buy those separately? Just the video transmitter without the drone and all that stuff? I wonder where you could get those. I just want the transmitter. That way I can hook it up to the handycam. watching, everybody.